Good afternoon and happy New Year's, everyone. Welcome to today's Parry Podcast, aka the
Hey.
first Parry Podcast of 2021, or even according to my history teacher, the first podcast of the new decade, because he sees it as like the end of 2020 being the end of the 2010s, which is pretty
Huh.
yeah. We uh we have the same history teacher, right? Or was that last year?
I don't know what you're talking about, so I don't know.
Uh, anyways, we here today will talk about how 2020 has been and what we did over winter break so far and the goals for this year. Also, wait till the end of the podcast to see some exciting news.
Whoa. Can't wait.
Anyways, first of all, I heard you had gingerbread.
Yeah, I think you still need to introduce me though. I mean, Perry podcast viewers should know who I am. After all, I am the backbone of the Perry
Yeah,
podcast.
you're in half of them, and now you're gonna be in the majority of them. So,
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
anyway, we're here today with Bodum. This is a
Yep. Hi everyone. I am child of Bodum, and I don't know. I can't do an impression of him.
and yeah. Also, if you look at the podcast, you can see these new visuals where you can see like the Discord call and stuff.
Whoa, that's so cool. I gotta take a look at this. Hold on.
I'll
Give
give
me
you
a
time.
minute. All right. Anyway, what were you saying? Something about gingerbread?
Yeah, I heard you got gingerbread.
I made gingerbread. Yes, I made some yesterday. We had a couple people over for New Year's. Don't worry, it was under 10. And
Under 10? What does that
under
mean?
10 people.
Oh,
Since for COVID you're not supposed to have more than 10 people in a gathering, any kind of
9.9
gathering.
people. Haha.
We had 8 people. I am not on the right app to look at the Perry podcast. So anyway, yeah, I made gingerbread yesterday, and then I made it again today because it was good. By the way, Perry, I have not gotten the notification for a new Perry podcast.
You haven't?
Yeah,
Oh,
I haven't. Let me just double check that you're live. Yeah, you are live. That's weird.
yeah.
No one is watching. This is sad. Oh, I love the Discord call thing.
Yeah. Oh, are you
Oh
kidding me?
no, I just got the notification.
Why is it lagging? Why does my podcast always lag? Anyways, enough about lagging. How was your winter break? What has happened in your winter break?
Pretty good. I haven't done an awful lot. So like good. Not doing an awful lot is good.
Oh,
Unfortunately, um my Spanish teacher basically told me, "Hey, you're going to die if you don't do 5 hours of makeup Spanish work every day of your break." And I only realized I got that email. Let's see, like yesterday, I think.
so
Hmm.
okay.
So
So
I,
if we do the
long
math,
story
you
short,
you
I'm
have
screwed.
yeah, you have to do it 24/7 now. Your Spanish
Pretty
thing.
much, yeah. Um. So, oh God Almighty, I am royally screwed.
Oh,
Um,
what did you do on Christmas?
on Christmas, I'm trying to think. Uh, we had a Zoom call with grandparents and played a game with them, which was fun.
Was it Among Us, the hit game Among Us?
It was, in fact, the hit game Among Us.
Oh, that's swag.
It was swag.
Well, well, thank you for this info about him. Anyways, my break. Okay, so on Christmas Day, the power went out for like from 2 a.m. to like 6 p.m.
Damn.
Yeah, and it went out for like so no, not for everyone in the place of a Perry podcast sound. Yeah, that's where we live. Perry podcast
Yeah, we
sound.
all live in the Perry Podcast
Yeah.
building.
So like, anyways, like the power went out for a lot of people, pretty much.
Hmm. What'd you get for Christmas?
I actually didn't get anything now I think about it. We just
Huh?
forgot about Christmas. So luckily I got Stardew Valley from a good friend Stick. So
Oh
I
yeah.
count that as a Christmas present.
I'm actually playing that right now as we are on podcast.
Oh my goodness, no way.
Yeah, yes way.
I thought you were
You
playing
know?
Among Us in menus.
Oh my god. My Discord is broken.
If you don't know the joke, basically whenever he tries to play a game on Discord, it just shows him playing Among Us on,
And it says I'm in menus for some
yeah.
reason. I don't know why it says that.
It says you're
It's
offline to
really
me.
weird. Oh yeah, that's probably because I think I marked myself invisible last night. I forget why.
To make it look like you're sleeping.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, what else do you want to talk about?
Oh, I still have more to say about my winter break because it wasn't
Oh
just
yeah.
Christmas Day. Anyways, that came off of rude. I wasn't meaning to be rude. Anyways, I was also working on this edit, and I've been working on this edit for like the past week, and it's gonna be my magnum opus of edits. It'll come out next
Have
week.
you uploaded it yet? Is it something it's
It'll
already
come
up?
out next week.
Okay, okay. Can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be the magnum opus. Like it's breaking a lot of records.
Mm.
A lot of records for me. Like yeah.
Are you gonna? Can you give us any hints about what's in it?
Um, what's in it? A lot of tree bean.
Is that the kind of thing you've been sending to the Discord?
S- Sending what to the
S-
Discord?
Sending weird tree bean edits.
No, not that, but like, oh, one of the edits is kind of related, but like that was just something that like I was doing something, but then I ended up making something else.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, but if you don't know, I made this thing where it's just like this Hindu god tree bean with like a third eye.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah. So, anyways, what else do we have to talk about? Because we have more things to talk about than that. Uh,
Hmm.
oh yeah, my New Year's Eve. It was normal, and yeah. Also, yeah, you want to know like something interesting?
Yeah. What's something interesting?
You could technically just say this is like by all means it could actually be the December 32nd, 2020, but we're just all calling it January 1st, 2021.
Whoa.
You could all just be
That's
lying to ourselves.
whoa. That's
Or maybe it's just like all 2012. This is just the like 2012 is just a very long year.
it is a very long year. It's just continuing into 2021 so long.
Yeah. Eh,
It's basically just we are in December 22nd. We are on December 22nd now, and do you think by the time it becomes quote unquote 2022, it'll still be 2020?
Maybe.
That would be crazy.
Uh. Okay. So up next on this Perry podcast is we'll talk about how 2020 has been for us personally. Like I assume you all know all the stuff that went down in 2020. So I guess we get explain what happened to us like personally in 2020.
Yeah. Hmm. What about you? Oh, what has happened to you in 2020?
Well, I guess you could say the renaissance of my channel happened like the middle of the year.
Yeah, it's gotten so much better.
Yeah, it went from like just this dead cleaner upper to the booming Perry the Plague Doctor.
Yeah,
And
it's gotten so much better.
yeah, as well as like I got better at edits, well I
Hmm.
edit the
You
edit.
definitely have.
Yeah, I got better at a lot of things like map making. Not that type of map in the Peter, not that like a world map or a country map.
Yeah,
Um, did spend a lot of time inside.
I think everyone did.
Yeah. Um, um, Also there was like this one thing where like uh, the thing those bingers. Yeah.
Bingus.
Yeah.
Bingus has made everyone's year better
Yeah.
by a lot.
Did you know there are people who don't like bingers?
I didn't know that.
That's just horrible.
Yeah, my friend drew Bingus, and he sent it to me last night at like 3 in the morning. Pretty cool.
Alright, so how's the year for you personally? Like 2020?
Not, not great. Not had a great year, but I feel like that's the same with everyone.
Yeah.
It's not been the best. No.
I remember when quarantine started and everyone was excited. Like I already knew like, hey, this isn't something to really be like excited about. You're eventually gonna be like kind of miserable because you're still gonna have to do schoolwork just from home. And I was correct.
Yeah,
I predicted the future.
you did predict the future. It was, yeah, it's not been a great year.
Yeah.
Hopefully 2021 will be better.
Alright. Oh, you just jinxed yourself.
No, I feel like there's gonna be too much like residual blayiness from 2020, you know?
There you go. What do you mean?
Like 2020's badness is still gonna affect 2021, you know?
Yeah.
Like COVID's still going on, all that.
Yeah. I mean,
It's not gonna
imagine
be
it's
great.
like there just turns like 12 a.m. and suddenly just COVID is gone. There's just no COVID. None of that.
That would be great if that could happen,
It's
you
just
know?
2019.
It's 2019. 2019 was a cool year, way better than 2020. I mean, it's a really low bar because 2020 was such an awful year,
Yeah.
but
What do you think was the best year in human history?
it's a tough one. Let me think. 14 BC.
Why so?
And I just think it's pretty cool. You know,
Yeah.
it's just, yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, I like the part where like there were like these like woman guys and they just like danced.
Yeah, I love dancing. That's
I personally like uh 1939 because that's when the original Perry podcast was made and nothing else happened on 1939 that would involve
1939. That's the
some
only thing that
European
happened.
countries.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, nothing else happened that year. Just the original Perry podcast started.
just the first Parry podcast.
Yeah.
What, did you host that, or was that hosted by someone else?
It was hosted by uh someone else. It's a different Perry. It's like uh
Mm.
it was like Perry the third.
Parry the Third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just
So
like
which
went.
Parry are you?
I'm Perry the first. It just went down like each generation. Like
Mm.
my child's gonna be like a Perry the zero.
That checks out. Yeah. All right. Parry the Zero.
Yeah.
Then would it go into the negatives, or?
Yeah, it's gonna go into the negatives.
Well, thanks for sharing.
Uh,
That's very interesting.
anyways, whoa, what do we have?
Wait,
Oh, uh,
put him in the podcast. You can
okay.
move him, right?
I'm just.
Hey,
Hello. If you don't know this new person that just joined in, yeah, he's George.
Yeah, this is George that just joined.
I'm
Yeah,
George.
Yeah. Hey George, how's it going?
Yeah.
swag.
Yeah. So how was your winter break?
Yeah.
Uh,
Didn't go outside much. Mostly just stayed inside and listened to music. So pretty good.
do you anything on New Year's Eve?
Uh, no.
Okay.
I played Minecraft.
Sounds
The
fun.
clock changed to like January 1st at least.
No,
No, that didn't happen. I don't know what you're
didn't
talking about.
happen.
Terry's just not a truth teller. He is a untruth
I'm a
teller.
truther. I'm like the number one truth teller. I only tell truths. I only lie like once every Tuesday. That's the only
Once
time I
every
lie.
Tuesday.
Is it Tuesday?
It's Friday, I believe.
Yes.
It's
Is
Terry
it?
Podcast Day.
Oh yeah.
At some point, Friday is going to be renamed Parry Podcast Day.
Yeah, but this
Yo.
will happen in 2021.
Yo.
Yeah, get ready for Perry Podcast Day in 2021.
There's no.
No
It's
way.
like in elementary. There's not going to be fun Friday. There's just going to be a playful Parry Podcast Day.
No way.
Anyways, Mr. George, how has your 2020 been personally
Are we
for
just
you?
sticking with the switching names bit, or
Well, I'm not searching any names. I'm just.
all right?
My 2020 was
Better
What
than
bit?
mine.
what bit?
Like all of it. Just
Like personally, not
yeah,
like globally. Globally, we know how it
yeah,
works.
yeah. We know. Like you got all these like news things like just reporting on the global stuff. You don't have any news things just reporting on, hey, what did George do?
They should. They should update everyone on what George did.
Should. I don't know who they is supposed to represent in this context, but they should.
Yeah, me neither.
Perry, you don't mean the Jews by this, right?
The Jews? Well, why am I talking about the Jews? And why can't I
Yeah.
see my cursor? Oh no, okay.
My condolences. I'm used to hearing people say they and they mean the Jews.
Oh, why are
Why?
you used to that?
Hell world.
Discord?
Hell world.
Oh.
Discord?
Nah.
So anyways, on to the next thing. If I can find what we're doing. Why is my cursor gone? I can't see my cursor. This is kind of a problem. It's so hard to navigate. I'm trying to find what I'm trying to. I like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, one last question for George. Did you experience the power outage on Christmas?
Hello? Other,
No.
you did
Okay.
not?
I did not.
Oh,
Perry, I sent you something?
oh my goodness, is this true?
Yeah.
Is it Tree Beam?
Like,
No
yeah,
comment.
if you don't know the context of the George told me that his zodiac sign is a troll face. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
is
Okay, that's not actually what happened. He said he's
really
the zodiac
something.
killer. Okay,
It
he's the
is
zodiac killer.
incredible.
Anyways, wait, no, stop. I can't look because I can't see my cursor. Like, I don't know why, but I just can't see it.
Trolled.
Oh, okay, I can see it now.
This is tragic.
Anyways, on to the announcements. Welcome to the announcement section. So, as you know, on a Sunday, I send that video out of the thing of where you could rank the podcast. Only 4 people take it, and
Yeah.
I'm going by that as well as some of like the what I think people would prefer. So yeah, I added a little bit of that.
Mm.
Okay, so I'm going from 10 to 1. The 10th best podcast, aka the worst podcast according to people and stuff, was Giving Thanks. So, yeah. I
No one
didn't.
was thankful.
No one was thankful. We were not thankful for anything.
Yeah. Number 9 was Spookaholics, the Halloween special.
This is a damn.
Well, it was just too chaotic. Um,
No, it's because of that Dan. That's it. That's the reason.
That's the reason.
the Dam.
Dan. Daniel.
Anyways, on to the 8th best podcast is the A Very Swag Christmas. It wasn't a very swag at all, but like I was more thankful than giving thanks. On to our 7th best podcast. It was the 1.17 Minecraft update. Well, it was actually us and then Treebean.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I think this is the
Will
first
Treebean be on this
podcast.
podcast?
Yeah, this was the first podcast you two are like on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is like the
That is
7th.
so cool.
Anyways, on to the 6th. I don't have like the image, the thing for some reason. I'm just using this the diabetes one. Anyways, the 6th is the school one, like the first podcast ever podcasted on the Parry podcast, and yeah, and that has
Yeah.
the most views, I think.
I mean,
Mainly,
it's the first one.
yeah.
You'd expect that.
On to the 5th one, aka pretty much just in the middle ground. It's the Among Us and Stuff podcast, where like it was the first podcast Treebean was on. Technically, the first podcast Megafan was on, because well, Megafan was in a previous podcast, but that podcast was like deleted because you couldn't hear him. But this was like the first podcast he was on, and Herb was also on this podcast. So yeah, it's also the longest podcast. Like clocking in at 2 hours.
Wait. That's a long ass podcast, man.
Yeah.
Just a testament to your podcaster achievements to have it be going for
Yes.
that long.
Yeah, you must be a very talented podcaster.
Yeah. There's this one part I like. Where like I should clip it. I should upload it and clip it.
Mm-hmm.
It was like really funny.
Wait, what part?
You're gonna see a clip of it maybe Sunday. Anyways, on to the 4th best podcast was the School Part 1 podcast, which had Megafan and Daniel, not like Navi 8 Daniel, but like Daniel like Pain Daniel.
Not
The
not
the
Nappy 8 hashtag 6505.
Yeah. You pretty much just doxed him.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
This podcast also meant to have like Herb in it, but he wasn't able to show up, so it was just Megafan and Dan. Anyways, third best podcast was actually School Part 2 with uh George, Kerbo and Bodum, so like they're all here. And Isaiah was meant to be here, but he was late. Actually, he never showed up, but
He's always late to everything. He's like Treebean, but worse.
yeah.
Like Treebean's supposed to be the one who's late to everything. Isaiah Skill meant from him. That's not nice.
Yeah, anyways, until the second best podcast is the Soulbound interview with Treebean. Hey, we were just talking about Treebean, so yeah. And
Did he show up on time to his podcast?
yeah, I think
That's a miracle.
this is like I think either the shortest podcast or the second shortest podcast. Not
I think
counting
the
this.
Christmas one was probably the shortest.
Yeah,
Because that was
And
only like 20 minutes.
I really like this myself because like an interview and stuff. I like giving interviews, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Anyways, on to the best podcast
No
is
way.
I have a
Mad
guess.
Libs. Mad
Yeah,
Libs
that
was the
was
best
so fun.
podcast.
I mean, I was in that one, so I was biased, but it was fun to be in. So
Yeah, and as well as like the audience loved it, especially our
okay, good.
biggest fan, Mega Simp, who ironically isn't here.
Is he a mega simp of all the
He's
podcasters?
just the Mega Simp of Parry the Plague Doc YouTube channel
Yeah,
trademark.
Mega Simp, are you currently in chat?
mega simp.
He's not actually doing that right now. He's not here, sadly. So, yeah, that's all the ranked podcast. If you disagree, well, either A, you should have took it, and if you did take it, then uh, your choice was clearly not influential enough.
Nah, I put the Mad Libs first because that was so fun.
Yeah. Also, as I said earlier, wait, one more thing before that. So I did some math, and I found out technically using the form information that like, oh, I should probably show that Discord thing. Yeah, that with the form information, technically November was the best month for podcasts. Had the best podcast, and the worst month for podcast was December.
Mm-hmm.
So I just really
That
fell from grace.
you did.
Uh, the second
Tragic.
like the second best month for podcast was like October, and
It's most tragic.
the third best was like
Is this
September.
based off numbers or?
It's just kind of based off of number. Okay, so pretty much what I did is with the rankings, so I assigned them points. Like so, the first, like the best was like got 10 points. The second best got 9 points, and
Oh,
down
okay. I see.
down. And I just added that up.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So, mm-hmm.
And on to the last thing.
Yeah,
As I said earlier, a big edit is coming out next week. You'll be excited
that
for
is
that.
so cool.
Yo.
It's
Big edit.
I consider this a magnum opus of the edits I made so far. I've been working on it like all break. And yeah. Also, if you haven't noticed already, I've been uploading a video each day of the break, and that's gonna
Yeah,
end on like Monday. Yeah, that daily upload thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways,
Are
before
you
I
gonna
end it
just
off,
are you gonna keep doing that after the break, or are you gonna switch to weekly uploads, or what?
I'm just gonna switch to weekly uploads.
All right,
Pensive
still
emoji.
very cool.
I plan on maybe doing like Monday, Friday upload, and sometimes maybe Wednesday. So like,
All right, sounds
Yeah.
good.
and Friday upload is just pretty much like the podcast. So, yeah.
Perry
Anyways,
podcast. We should
let's.
put the Perry podcast on Spotify and Apple Music and Apple Podcasts.
How would I
Apple
And all
do
Music
that?
and
these.
Apple Podcast.
Well, both of those, yeah.
You pay a lot.
I would.
Well, how would I do that in the first place?
Absolutely zero idea.
Anyways, let's read the chat, and there's
No,
only
let's not
one
read.
person speaking. Bracket Nabby 8 bracket.
Oh no.
Okay, so his first thing was stop sign, stop sign, stop sign, stop sign, stop sign, stop sign. 5. What does 5 mean? 5 hands. Oh my god, me too. And what a handsome young gentleman. That's all I got for chat.
Oh, were my messages deleted?
Wait, it was? You said something?
Yeah, I did earlier.
Well, I didn't
I
see it. I
It
think
might have been
YouTube,
auto.
YouTube just doesn't like your comments for some reason. I wonder why. Maybe if you looked
I
at
wonder why.
Probably all the hate speech.
No, I've been saying things like I think I said in
orgasmic
chat.
experience.
I think I said something like big cock, big meaty cock in chat.
Why? Like, what was the reason?
because this podcast has given me that. You
So
know,
it's like a Viagra. Like every Perry, you just listen to the Perry podcast.
yeah. Who needs those weird, sketchy pills advertised on porn websites? I have Parry podcasts.
Yeah,
You know,
I think yeah, we just demonetize this. If I ever get monetized, which will be
you would get
never.
monetized if I said that.
What?
You would get monetized if I said that.
No, I get demonetized, but like
Sure, you
I'm
wouldn't
not
get
monetized in the first
dismonetized.
place.
You should be. Your content's not good.
Yeah, I should just take sponsors at this point. Anyways, today's
Who's gonna sponsor you,
sponsor.
Perry?
Today's sponsor is the Tree Bean Child Hospital. Go to the Tree Bean Child Hospital for the best healthcare ever. It's the best treatment. You get treated amazingly and fabulously. And I hope you enjoyed this Perry podcast.
Hell
And
yeah.
see you next week, most likely. And Guatemala.